What's up, interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to week 1 of the Battle Sub-League. Today, I'm going to be facing LacenMC. If you don't know what the Battle Sub-League is, make sure to go down in the description. Link will be to the introduction video. This is a league going on within the Battle Subway. It's going to be so fun, and I'm so excited to get this going. This is going to be week 1. As I said, I'm facing LacenMC, which is going to be a big match. I'm so excited, though. I'm hoping you guys can see some kind of like cool graphics right now. That's what I'm hoping to have by then. If you don't see graphics, then I didn't make them. If you do see graphics, then I did make them. So, hoping there is. If there isn't, then whatever. But basically, I'm going to bring you guys the match right now. But real quick, I'm just going to go through my team just to let you guys know what I've brought. And, yeah, you can see LacenMC's team on the screen, what he could potentially bring. He had some serious threats. This is all written on my computer, by the way, which is why I'm going to be looking up here a lot and not at the camera. But he has some serious threats in the form of Gothitelle, Suicune, Umbreon, Thundurus, Nidoking, Kyurem Black, and Mega Manectric are the possible Pokemon he could bring. I feel like I've prepared fairly well. I could do better, but anyway, I'll let you guys know my team. So first off, I'm going to be bringing my Mew. This is an Expert Belt Mew. 252 HP, 56 special attack, and 200 special defense. Calm nature, and this is really gimmicky, and I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try it. I'm running Gastro Acid on this Mew. From the look at Lacen's team, I would expect him to run Gothitelle to try and trap Mew, potentially. I feel like that would be his best thing to possibly trap, or maybe Gallade, my Mega Gallade. But if he tries to trap Mew, I have the Gastro Acid, so I can neuter his Shadow Tag, so I can switch out. As I said, that's kind of really gimmicky because he can just switch out and it's gone. And I don't know how much a Shadow Ball will do to me. I'm a specially defensive Mew, 200 special defense, 252 HP, so I don't know how much a Shadow Ball will do. Depends if it's like Specs, Scarf, whatever. We'll see. But yeah, I'm carrying the Gastro Acid. We'll see if it works or not. If I don't really feel like it, I might not use it. But we'll see. Then have Shadow Ball to take down the Gothitelle if I feel like it. I have Stealth Rocks on this Mew, which is very important for the for Kyurem Black and for the Thundurus. Plus, it's nice to have chip damage and everything else. And I have Toxic, just to try and wear things down. So I'm basically specially defensive, but I do have the Expert Belt Shadow Ball for Gothitelle. Next, I'm going to be bringing Manaphy with the leftovers, with 252 HP, 40 special attack, and 216 speed, timid nature. I'm running Heal Bell, in case Rhyperior or Mega Gallade get burned, or just generally if someone's poisoned or something like that. It's always nice just to have Heal Bell. I'm running Charm on this Manaphy. I put in just enough speed EVs so that I outspeed a non-scarfed Kyurem Black, and I can fire off the Charm and get him down to a -2 attack, which is going to help massively. So, yeah, really hope that comes into play there. I'm carrying Ice Beam on this Manaphy for Thundurus, and I'm also carrying Scald for Burns. Got to fish for them Burns. The next Pokemon ring is going to be Mega Gallade, and this is an Adamant. This is a fairly standard set with a couple of tweaks. So this is Adamant, 4 HP, 252 attack, 252 speed. I'm carrying Swords Dance. I'm carrying Leaf Blade because a +2 Leaf Blade against a max physically defensive Suicune does 83.6 to 98.5% damage, and if I combine that with Stealth Rock damage, that Suicune's going down. I'm also carrying Close Combat. It does not a +2, just at normal without a Swords Dance. A Close Combat from an Adamant Mega Gallade. On a max physically defensive Umbreon has a 25% chance to OHKO. Again, if I combine that with Stealth Rocks, greatly increasing my chances. I OHKO Kyurem Black even at neutral, at normal, not without a Swords Dance. And then I have Knockoff, and that's for Gothitelle. I OHKO Gothitelle if it has an item. Not even a +2, just normal. I'll OHKO it. So mainly that Swords Dance Leaf Blade is for the Suicune. But other than that, I do have a couple of extra moves just to try and spam the hell out of it, because Mega Gallade is ridiculously strong as it is. Next, I'm going to be running Rhyperior. This is going to be a Focus / Rock Polish set. It's one of my favorites. I do have some slight misgivings about this because I don't have any way to get rid of Stealth Rocks if he does want to set them up. I don't actually know who on his team can get rocks. I don't know if anyone can. So I figured I'd run the Focus Sash. Obviously with Solid Rock, and I'm going 252 HP, 176 attack, and 80 special defense. Adamant. So I've got the Rock Polish. I outspeed all non-Scarf Pokemon except Mega Manectric, and I outspeed Scarfed Gothitelle as well. If I can get off a Rock Polish. And then I have Rock Slide, OHKO's Thunderous, and it does half to a Kyurem Black. I Earthquake, OHKO's Mega Manectric, even after an Intimidate, I still OHKO it, and I OHKO Nidoking as well. And then I have Mega Horn, which does half to a max physically defensive Umbreon. I am walled by Suicune on my Rhyperior, absolutely walled by Suicune. And some prior damage on like all the other Pokemon would be nice for Rhyperior to come in and get like a late game sweep. That's the way I'd want to use him. Next I'm going to be bringing Choice Scarf Zapdos, 4 HP, 252 Special Attack, 252 Speed, Timid. Love this guy, he's a staple on almost all of my teams now. Volt Switch, U-Turn, Thunderbolt, Heat Wave. Puts in a fantastic amount of work, he's there to Volt Switch things. And he can really put in work against Suicune with the Thunderbolt and Volt Switch combo. And the last Pokemon I'm going to be bringing is Arcanine, which is like a mixed defensive Arcanine with Rocky Helmet, and I have 252 HP, 120 defense, 132 special defense, and 4 speed with Careful Nature. And I have Extreme Speed for priority, I have Will-O-Wisp to get burns, and then I have Protect and Morning Sun to try and kind of stall the burns. That's kind of his deal, and hopefully I can burn some physical attackers and get some good damage going off. So my plan, I guess, my game plan, my thought going into this is if I can get some prior damage on everything, Rhyperior or Mega Gallade can sweep his entire team. For the Gothitelle, I have the knockoff on Gallade, and I have the Mega Horn on Rhyperior, and I also have the Shadow Ball on Mew. For Suicune, I have the Gallade Leaf Blade, and I have the Zapdos Volt Switch and Thunderbolt. For the Umbreon, I have a Gallade Close Combat, and I have a Rhyperior Mega Horn. For Thunderous, I have Rhyperior's Rock Slide, Manaphy's Ice Beam, Zapdos' Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, which is going to do a lot of damage, even though it's neutral, and Stealth Rocks on the Mew. For Nidoking, I have the Scald on Manaphy and an Earthquake on Rhyperior. For Kyurem Black, I have Rhyperior's Rock Slide, Gallade Close Combat, and Stealth Rocks on Mew. And for Mega Manectric, I do have Rhyperior's Earthquake. I'm going to get outsped, but I still think I can live in HP Ice with the special defense investment that I have. So if I can get rid of Suicune, get some prior damage on Umbreon and Kyurem Black, and get off a Rock Polish and Rhyperior, I sweep. If I can get rid of Mega Manectric, Thunderous, and get some prior damage on Suicune and Nidoking, Gallade sweeps. So that is the team. I'm so excited to get this going. I can't do live commentary, unfortunately. I'd love to, but I don't have a capture card, so I'm going to be bringing you guys post-commentary. But I'm going to have the battle in a couple of hours, and I'll come back after I've had the match, and we'll get some post-commentary going, so I'll see you guys in a minute. So we're here with the match. This one's actually on Showdown. There were a few problems with getting Lacen's team on Oras and making it work, and then the timings didn't quite match up, so we just figured, what the hell, let's just play it on Showdown. And I did actually record live commentary on the Showdown match because I figured I might as well, because I can on this occasion. But the match ended up being over an hour long, partly because we took so long to pick our moves, but mainly because Showdown was lagging ridiculous amounts. So I was going to do the live com video, but it turned out to be over an hour long, so I was just like, I can't be dealing with that. So I'm just going to record post-com for you now. As you can see, I'm on the far side on this match. Future games will be on Oras, by the way. It's just this one. We just had a few problems, so we're just going to play it on Showdown. But you can see on the far side, my team is Mew, Manaphy, Mega Gallade, Rhyperior, Zapdos, Arcanine, like I went through in the team breakdown. And Lacen's team that he's bringing, he's on the near side in this one. The team that he's bringing is Gothitelle, Kyurem Black, Suicune, Thunderous, Manectric, and Nidoking. And it was surprising to me that he didn't bring the Umbreon, as I know he really, really likes that. And I feel like it possibly could have done well against my team, maybe not with Gallade running around, but who knows. Anyway, so let's get right into the match, and we will see how this goes. So, he leads with his Gothitelle, and I actually end up leading with my Zapdos, because I'm Choice Scarf, I can Volt Switch anything pretty much. I did see the Nidoking, but I went for the Volt Switch anyway, because I didn't predict him to go in there first turn. And I go into my Mew, who's made for this Gothitelle. He goes for the Shadow Ball, which is only going to do 30% to my Mew, which is awesome. I fire off my own Shadow Ball, and he lives on 1%, which really annoyed me. And he goes for another Shadow Ball. I know I can take another one, but I figured, you know what, just want to kill this Gothitelle, because he's really annoying me. So I end up taking out with the Shadow Ball, which was awesome. I'm really happy to get rid of Gothitelle so early. Here comes Kyurem Black, and I was praying that he was a special one, because I really wanted the Stealth Rocks. I do manage to get the Stealth Rocks up. I'm going to eat up the Ice Beam, and another one is going to take me out here. So my Mew goes down, but he did his job. He took out Gothitelle, and he got up Stealth Rock, so I didn't even care. I'm going to bring an Arcanine, and hopefully I can burn this guy. See what kind of one he is. He does switch out, goes into Manectric, as I do go for the Will-O-Wisp. I do miss, which kind of blows, but it's okay. He Mega Evolves here, gets Intimidate, obviously, and then he ends up going for the Toxic, which really threw me off. I go for another Will-O-Wisp. I want some residual damage on this guy, because I don't actually have that much for it. I have my Rhyperia, but I don't really want to, you know, switch into it too willy-nilly kind of thing. So he switches into Suicune here, as I actually do switch out into Rhyperia, which is the worst matchup ever. So I switch out, go into Zapdos, hoping he doesn't go for an Ice Beam. He actually goes for an Icy Wind, which is going to make my Zapdos slower, but because I'm Scuffed, I'm still going to outspeed, which is nice. He switches out Suicune here, goes into Nidoking. I do end up going for the Volt Switch. I figured it was alright. I know the Nidoking switch was kind of obvious, but I figured I can still hard switch anyway, don't really mind. I end up switching out into my Manaphy here. As he reveals, he is a physical Nidoking, goes for the Poison Jab, which does a good amount, but it's still less than half, so I was pretty happy with that. As I go for the Heal Belt, I don't want my Arcanine being poisoned, because his whole deal is to stall things, and he can't stall if he's poisoned. So I'm going to take another Poison Jab. I go for the Scald here, takes that to 80%, but I get the burn, which is huge, which means I can now live a Poison Jab. Crazy. Crazy. Managed to get that. I was considering going for the Charm, which means would have guaranteed that I lived the Poison Jab, but I really wanted to try and kill this Nidoking. I was thinking that Scald potentially could have, so I went for the Scald, and luckily I got the burn. I switch out into Gallade, and that Poison Jab still does 42% even when burned. That's crazy amount of damage. He's going to switch out into Manectric here. As I did possibly predict the switch, I went for the knockoff. Fortunately, it's not going to do too much to Manectric, but after the burn damage, I can take it out with another one, but I'm not going to be able to outspeed. I predicted him to over-predict here, though, as he does go for the Toxic, and I'm going to get off a knockoff. I predict him to predict the switch, possibly into Rhyperior or something, to take a Thunderbolt. He's going to bring in Nidoking here, and he's just going to die to Stealth Rock, so that's awesome. Now he's going to bring in Kyurem, he's going to take a decent amount of damage from those rocks. So important to get them up. He does go for the Shadow Claw, and I see now that he's scarfed because he outsped my Mega Gallade, which is always good to know. So I bring in my Zapdos here, knowing he's locked into Shadow Claw, go for the Volt Switch, get some chip damage, and now I can go into Arcanine. It's going to get the Intimidate, plus the Rocky Helmet. It means that Kyurem Black is just going to be taking a serious amount of damage, which means if he's going to switch out here, which he has to, because he's not going to be doing anything to Arcanine, and he has to switch out. When he comes back in, Stealth Rock's damage is going to really rack up. I just go for the Will-O-Wisp, just in case he wanted to stay in. But he didn't, obviously. Just get a burn on something is always nice. Arcanine burning things all over the place. I go into Manaphy here to sack it off to just see what he wants to do. He goes for the Thunder. Turns out this is a Rain Dance Thunderous that he was playing around with. He doesn't get a chance to set up the Rain Dance in this match, but I bring in Zapdos. I'm pretty confident that the Thunderbolt is going to kill it, and it does. Obviously I outspeed because I am scarfed, so managed to get off that Thunderbolt, which is very nice indeed. Brings in Suicune here. I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt, hoping I can kill or just do a good amount of damage so I don't kill. And he fires off a Mirror Coat, which is going to take out my Zapdos. And I thought that was a really cool play, having the Mirror Coat there. I'm going to bring in Rhyperia. I'm Sash, so I know as long as he doesn't get the burn on the Scald, I'm good. He doesn't get the burn on the Scald, and I can fire off an Earthquake, which takes out Suicune. And his last Pokemon is Kyurem Black. And I just want him to get down to the point where an Extreme Speed from Arcanine will kill it. He's going to kill my Rhyperia with an Earth Power, and that's fine. I just want Arcanine to be able to kill with this Extreme Speed, so I didn't know if he could. Can he kill with the Extreme Speed? Come on, Arcanine, goes for the Extreme Speed. Boom, I take out that Kyurem Black, and that is the first match with a very, very narrow 1-0. If that Extreme Speed hadn't killed, if those Stealth Rocks hadn't been up, if something had been a little bit different, he would have killed me with that Earth Power, and well, that would have been Lacen's match. So that was a really, really close match. I really enjoyed that. It took so long though, but it was a really, really great match. Scald Burn on the Nidoking was kind of ridiculous. That was pretty crazy, but I mean, it's a 30% chance. It's not, you know, unheard of. And I possibly could have, or maybe should have, gone for the Charm instead of the Scald to try and put some pressure on the Nidoking, maybe force some switches or something. Honestly, I just felt like getting some damage on that thing because I needed it to be, I don't know, at a low amount of health. And but yeah, and I saw that during the match, I saw that Kyurem was scarfed, so I knew that Manaphy's role as outspeeding Kyurem and firing off a Charm was going to be kind of pointless because you know, wouldn't outspeed the Scarf Kyurem anyway. So, but anyway, that was the week 1 match against LacenMC. We do manage to pick up a very narrow 1-0 victory, so we're 1-0 after week 1, which is awesome. Very happy to pick up a win in the first week. We're going to move on to week 2 next week, which is versus Bits. So that should be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And if you enjoyed this week 1 sub-league match, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if you thought my team sucked or whatever. I don't know, any improvements I could have made, whatever you feel like. If you feel like it, you can subscribe for more, and I'll bring you another match next week when we will be facing Bits in week 2, who also won this week. So we're going to be both 1-0 going on to week 2, so this should be pretty interesting. I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo.